When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. If something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day, otherwise, it's not. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. It is important that people look forward to coming to work in the morning and enjoy working. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. I think there should be regulations on social media to the degree that it negatively affects the public good. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. I think you should always bear in mind that entropy is not on your side. Really, the only thing that makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. Brand is just a perception, and perception will match reality over time. Sometimes it will be ahead, other times it will be behind. But brand is simply a collective impression some have about a product. You must have the right ingredients at the right proportion to win. What makes innovative thinking happen? I think it's really a mindset you have to decide. Starting a business is not for everyone. Starting a business, I'd say, number one is have a high pain threshold. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. I think life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It's got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. It's very important to like the people you work with, otherwise, your job is going to be quite miserable. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. If we drive down the cost of transportation in space, we can do great things. The value of beauty and inspiration is very much underrated, no question, but I want to be clear, I'm not trying to be anyone's savior, I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad. When Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said, "Nah, what's wrong with a horse?" That was a huge bet he made, and it worked. When I was a child, there's one thing I said, I never want to be alone. That's what I would say, I don't want to be alone. If I'm not in love, if I'm not with a long-term companion, I cannot be happy. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop, where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. Man has the power to act as his own destroyer, and that is the way he has acted through most of his history. I don't spend my time pontificating about high-concept things, I spend my time solving engineering and manufacturing problems. No, I don't ever give up. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated. The first step is to establish that something is possible, then probability will occur. You must be willing to lose it all, but be willing to keep going into the future.